It's September in the Midwestern state of Kansas. The weather is very hot and dry opening week of the muzzleloader season as Jackie joins Brent Wineland of United States Outfitters on his first mule deer hunt.
All right, so the main thing is just we're going to be spotting and stalking and just watching the grain fields, right?
That's right. And then, like I say, in the afternoons, they bed up in these big weeds, and we'll have to get in, try to get them out. You normally get a shot at them in there.
Now, are they in velvet, out of velvet this time of year? This is the middle of September.
I've seen both.
Seen both?
In all phases of the velvet. So.
I got you. All right, I've got my muzzleloader. I need to shoot it a few times, make sure.
Yeah, let's go out the range here and we'll do that.
All right, let's do it.
The early muzzleloader season in Kansas is limited to open sights only, no scopes. Jackie tries shots from a variety of positions, so there are no surprises. He's even set up with a left-handed thumb safety for convenience in the field.
All right, top right. Yes, sir.
The terrain in this part of Kansas offers little cover on the open prairie. There is an abundance of agricultural crops, however, like milo, sunflowers, and corn that provide ample food and cover for a large mule deer population. From daybreak to well after sunrise, Jackie and Brent are set up overlooking some fields and a brushy draw the deer tend to use for a bedding area. They spot several does on the edge of the field and two young bucks still feeding in the sunflowers. Brent knows there are a couple of good bucks in the area and that they probably have already bedded down for the day to avoid the extremely warm temperature. He decides to try to make something happen by getting downwind and walking through the center of the tall weeds in the bottom of the draw. But even before they get started, they've been spotted by a buck. They walk into the wind, fully expecting any deer to get up, run into the open, and stop to look back, the way the mule deer usually do. Brent sees a doe jump and cautions Jackie to get ready. They carefully move forward, and suddenly two bucks spring from cover. But instead of stopping, they just keep on going. Brent tries to keep an eye on them to see where they go. He makes the decision to try another location, allowing them to calm down with thoughts of coming back later. Each brushy draw they walk holds the promise of something exciting. When another good buck jumps up, Jackie is ready. But once again, the buck does not stop. He leaves the area without even looking back, just like a whitetail. They cross a sunflower field. And when they get to the far side, Brent spots something in the distance. It's two very big bucks along a fence line in the pasture. They turn and disappear into a ravine. Jackie and Brent head back to camp, where they learn that one of the other hunters, John Rahowiak from Milford, Michigan, has taken a great buck. Later that afternoon, Brent comes up with a plan. He sends Jackie back to the spot they jumped the big buck first thing in the morning, hoping the deer would return before going to the fields to feed that night. A doe does just as he expected. But when it begins to get late in the day, Brent realized he's going to have to make something happen. He circles around and drops into the draw the bucks went into, with the wind at his back. It isn't long before Jackie sees results. The 2 bucks he saw that morning are actually coming his way. Jackie is relieved when he sees the big buck go down. After the long walk, Brent finally arrives expecting to see the buck on the ground. Jackie gives him a rough time.
You look wide to me.
He is wide.
Huh?
He is wide.
I don't care nothing about shooting me in there. He don't do nothing for me.
Well, to heck with you then.
I mean, do you get charged up over mule deer?
Big ones, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Is that a big one?
Yeah, he's a big one.
Oh, okay. Well, he's laying down right over around there. He's dead. I'll tell you what happened. They came up when I grunted at them, they stopped. And that other one just moved just a little. They were almost lined up too much, but the further one was back on my angle. So I shot him, and he went out that way and then dropped right there. We'll go over and take a peek at him.
Go take a peek at him.
Brent, is that a good one?
That's a really nice deer.
You know, this is the same buck we jumped this morning.
Yeah.
And he went on down, I guess, the valley right there, and you said, hey, if we set up right here, a lot of those deer would like to come back to the bedding area. And those 2 bucks were coming on the run. We had 2 smaller bucks right behind us this afternoon, came over the dam right there and kept looking at us. The wind was blowing right back, and they went on to the Milo field. But we had a doe. Remember, we jumped a doe with those 2 bucks that went to the Milo field? Well, she came back early in the afternoon and came right around here and went right back to the bedding area. So we were looking down the draw, and boy, these 2 came a running. I was fortunate they were running together, and I grunted. And this one right here, he just moved a little bit in front of the other one, and I was fortunate to make a good shot on him. But they almost got 2 lined up.
Yeah, you made a nice shot. He's got a lot of width.
Look at, he's in full velvet too. Look at
Full
that.
velvet, that's pretty. He's gonna make.
What would you say the spread is?
I'd say he's 29 inch.
29 inch.
Yeah, he's all of that, I'd say.
Man, look at that.
He's a really beautiful deer.
That's a good deer. Well,
Normally we got our velvet off by now, but.
Really? Well, when we saw him this morning, he looked good coming out of there. I mean, I said, I don't know how we're gonna do that, but
He was awful lucky with that much heat today.
oh, was it hot? The boy's got good times, everything. You know, this is the first time, you know, you think about all the whitetail hunting. I've seen mule deer the whole time, but I've never been able to take a muley just because we've been whitetail hunting. So this is really neat to be able to hunt with you and USA Outfitters, and this is a neat deal right here. I've enjoyed it, and I appreciate you hospitality.
Well, we appreciate having you. Congratulations.